Boys, put your wellies on, come on. It's a Saturday and it's full on today. We have got the fellas just arrived just down there. They got so into putting these metal mouldings up and filling them up with concrete. They said, no, we're not finishing on a Friday. That's too exciting. We're going to come back again on a Saturday and carry on with that. There they are down there. Morning, Shivu. We are busy. Also, on top of all of that, we've got Mario coming a little bit later too, to help finish off the wall down at the biopool. Joao's going to be on site as well. We love it when Joao turns up. He's going to be busy helping me down in the biopool area as well. And on top of all of that, we've got two little boys and a mum hanging around somewhere on the farm as well. Wow, look at that, 7:43 in the morning. Everybody's here. Morning, morning. Yeah. Bom dia. Let me go and just talk to Mario. So, a few weeks ago, Brady was here and he got very excited about stone. He always does. I mean, he cut up a few pieces of long, straight pieces of stone. It would be really great to get those lifted up and moved across today. These stones right here, if when Mario comes down, he can just lift them up, put them on the back of the truck. I think we're going to be rocking and rolling, right? As always, it's a bit hectic to start off the day. I didn't tell Mario about this little addition, but I know the wall that they're building today should go together quite quickly, and I was thinking, well, why not do it all at the same time, the same day? Mario's just coming down the hill now, so I'm going to stop him before he heads off around the back so that he can go and lift those stones onto the truck before the truck goes down to the biopool. I can hear him coming. I just hope he's not on Francisco's land next door. Yeah, he's coming down the road. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. We want him to go down that way. Okay. There we go. Crusoe shouting from somewhere, Mario! All right, let's get those steps out of the way first so we can get a truck reversed around. Everything's so much easier with a digger, isn't it? There we go, Obi's just turned up. Morning, Obi. Come here, dog. Obi, come. Good dog. Sit. Good dog. Careful of that olive tree, my man. Very good. Very good indeed. Okay. So this means I'm going to be getting in the biopool a little bit later today to put those edges into place. Also really keen to take a couple of the wilder looking ones, you know, these reclaimed stones, and have those in the pool. I don't think these will be enough to conclude that part of the project. We'll probably need to find more. What this does mean for the biopool project though is that at the end of today we can close off that terrace and we can say, okay, look, no more diggers down there, no more tractors down there for the rest of the season, maybe until the autumn when that land is really dry. And that means that we can start planting around the edges now of the biopool. I can get some decking in place, I can do some fencing down there, all the other bits and pieces that really is required to finish off that project. We're standing back here, Crusoe, because it's safe.
That looks like you're getting wet again today, though.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be getting wet again, yeah. As they were coming down the hill, I saw Mario was coming down the main road. Well, I was pretty sure he was coming down the main road. Yeah. So then I was like, okay, a while before Mario comes back on the farm again. Yeah. It's heading into summer and we don't want his tracks digging up the land, and you know, with the exception of the stone staircase at the front of the house, I think projects for Mario are kind of running a bit dry for the next few months at least. Yeah,
I think you're right. So these are the stones that Brady split when he was here?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're going to try and line the top of the biopool today?
Yeah, You know, we'll put the last sack of gravel in there.
Okay.
We'll put these rocks into place.
Nice.
Finish off that wall.
It's a shame it's not 27 degrees.
Yeah, it's going to be chilly today, eh?
All right, well that's exciting. I wasn't expecting that. That's brilliant. Love it.
Okay, darling, we need Francisco's key. Finish. Obrigado. Go and ask Mario. Go and see whether Mario wants you in there.
Mario!
You could call this once bitten, twice shy. The key now lives way out of reach of the kids.
Yeah, that's really great. Okay, and here comes Mario and Crusoe just up the hill. Ah, that's a real relief. You know, one of the things that I'm really excited about is, even though we're not even touching the sides really of the build yet, but I know that the fellas who work on site really like to keep a clean building site. And I really want a tidy, clean building site as well. So the more stuff that we can use before buying more stuff, the better. So as Mario goes off trundling around the forest to get to the other side of our farm, I think I'll grab a cup of coffee. Take a breather quickly. Still not even 8 o'clock in the morning. Just gonna go up here and have a quick look at what's going up or coming down on the build site. What have we got? Got some steels being cut down the bottom there. And these metal forms are just coming down now. The ones that went up yesterday, 5 of them.
Well-known fact that women are better drivers than men. So today I'm taking over drone duty. I'm filming with the DJI Mini 4 Pro. And if you have never flown a drone before, don't stress, because I'm about to show you how easy it actually is. Getting started is as easy as switching it on, connecting it to the remote control or to the DJI Fly app on your phone. And if it's your first flight, it walks you through a super easy to follow beginner tutorial, Fly Backward, which helps you get to grips with all of the controls and all of the things you're going to need to know to fly your new drone. So let's get it in the air. The controls are intuitive. You just gently push up to rise, tilt to move around, and the gimbal keeps your footage super smooth. Just look at these shots. They are way better than anything you could get with a handheld camera or with your phone. And there's a couple of different modes. So you can have it on cinematic mode, on normal mode, or on sport mode if you're wanting to fly really fast and once you've got your kind of wings. It's incredible. So you've got the manual flying that you can do, but if you just wanted to get some really quick, easy shots without needing to learn all of the skills with all of these controllers, you could just use the quick shot functions. There's a whole load of them to choose from, things like droney, rocket, circle, and they are so easy. So let's do a quick droney of the house. 3, 2, 1. Honestly, I used to leave the drone flying to John, but with this bad boy, no ways. Whether it's capturing family memories, getting cinematic shots of a new adventure, or just gaining a new perspective of your home, it is way easier than you think. The DJI Mini 4 Pro is beginner friendly. It's smart and it makes you feel like a pro right from your very first flight. Check out the unique link in the description below this video to get your hands on one of these. And trust me, take this as your sign to be one of the girls that flies drones.
All right, let's go and see what Mario's up to down here. I know last week when they left the project, building this wall, we had a little bit of a problem with the Makina and the compressor machine, the one that's got the lid open right now. It stopped working, so hopefully they can fix that. We've got a few more stones to crack open, and we should be going really, really well later today. We've got... Hey Crusoe, how you doing? You good? We've got everything we need really to get a bio pool almost ready for the summer. Almost done with the wall. That's good news as well, because we've literally got 1, 2, 3, 4, probably another 10 medium-sized stones left to finish the project with. I'd say it's going to be almost exactly right in terms of the number. We've got currently Tara and Sawyer up the top there picking sweet peas for lunch, and I've got Crusoe over there in the background somewhere hunting for frogs in the bio pool. This is a typical Saturday. There we go, look, Mario starts to put some soil on the top of that wall now. So that's the height of it. We're going to want to throw some seeds and other bits and pieces up there just to lock it all in with some roots and what have you. A couple of weeks. It'll be great. Look at that. So we took a lunch break and then the heavens have just literally opened. I missed most of it, but it was a complete colossal oof of water. Thunderstorms, lightning, the whole shebang. Tara's having a little bit of a tricky situation with Sawyer at the moment. The big puddle outside the front of the house has filled up and become a complete lake. When I was growing up as a young boy, we lived in a house called Windermere, and it was named after Lake Windermere, primarily I suppose because there used to be a big puddle that would form after it rained right outside the house. So if you wanted to get out of the house, you had to step over or wade through this huge puddle. Well, we've kind of got a similar situation here. I'm going to leave Crusoe down with Mario and the fellas working away. I think Tara's a bit cross though, because Sawyer, he's 2 years old. He just can't help himself. He sees a puddle, he's right in it. Shoes, no shoes, Wellington boots, just doesn't matter.
Daddy!
Hey!
In a big puddle.
In the big puddle?
Yeah.
Did you go in your shoes?
Yeah.
Really? Did Mum get cross?
Yeah.
Just a little bit cross, not too cross. Was the puddle fun? Was it worth it?
Yeah, I just was running and splashing.
Really?
Yeah. And then...
Should we go and see whether we can find... Obi's taken a welly boot, has he?
Let's go for that. No, I know
Do what?
now. Whoa. No.
Oh, I see a welly boot. Hang on. There it is. Was it the flower border? Hang on, let's brush the bottom of your foot. It's a bit wet. There we go.
Okay.
That's better.
That's better.
Okay, stick it in the boot. There we go, my boy. Good.
It's not in. That's funny. Dad! Now, yeah!
Are you going straight back to the puddle?
Yeah.
Okay, come on then. Are you sure? All right. Go on then. Wow, man. The years pass, but the fun stays the same.
Ready?
Ready.
Ready?
Ready.
Again?
Again.
Ready?
Ready.
Go!
There we go, and whilst all that chaos is going on, we're just filling up those columns that have just been put together this morning. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 5. That's 15 columns in 3 days that I've got up. That's amazing. Really great work. Oh, I hope that sun comes out. I've got to get in the bio pool in a minute. Rainstorms always bring bedlam, whether it's just mud everywhere or whether it's the boys going crazy in puddles. It's just, well, I want to say it's a lot of fun, but it also would be easier if it was just drier. Now, who remembers how many stones and how much stone we had down there? Well, less than 2 weeks ago now, I guess it was. 50 huge, colossal stones all lined up that we excavated from underneath the house over there, all gone now, with the exception of basically one big rock that's been split into about 5 smaller ones ready for the wall. The view that I'm looking at right now is of all of the rock that we excavated, all pretty much lined up but put in different locations. Have a look at this. We've got this wall here, the retaining wall that we started off building here. Then we've got the bio pool, and now we've got this wall right here. That's a huge amount of stone and rock that's all gone into creating a better space, ready for another 100 years worth of life. It's quite literally very fast becoming one of my favorite parts, including the lawn, of the entire farm. Okay, there's been a fair amount going on the build side. We've got those columns going up there, Daniel's up the top, just putting up the wooden supports exactly the same as we did for this floor here. He's doing the next floor up. I was just thinking maybe we need some sort of an attic space or an attic void as well before we put the final slab on the top floor. We'll see about that. But anyway, behind me at the moment, Adam has been working on the staircase to go up to that second floor. It's all about access when you're on building sites, isn't it? And making sure that you can get from one part of the build to the other part of the build super easy. So even though we won't need a staircase really for a while, it makes perfect sense to be building that right now. It's going to be a concrete staircase, so pouring the concrete is going to be a lot easier to do now before they put the next floor on, because we're going to be bringing a crane across with that big bucket and dropping the concrete in. I'm talking to Adam just a moment ago about when we're going to pour that. He reckons later today. That's pretty exciting stuff. Now, when I think about building a staircase, I think complicated, tricky and hard, and that's probably because I am thinking about how to make it out of wood. And if you're going to build a wooden staircase, you want all the joints to be in place, everything's got to be measured perfectly. Of course, this is being measured perfectly for sure, but basically the way that I'm looking at it is the concrete is going to be doing a great deal of the work. As you can see, there's voids underneath each piece of wood that's forming a stair. So I'm going to be really interested to see when the concrete goes in, why it doesn't just all slide down to the bottom and then out of the very bottom. We'll see how that works out. Adam's gone ahead and drawn on the side here the staircase, basically. And they're just building wooden formations around those lines. A structural support underneath is holding everything in place. Excited to see later today the concrete go into the staircase, and tomorrow being able to trundle our way up. Got to put one more step right there. Okay, just asked Adam there about the concrete sliding down the stairs and coming out the bottom step. And Adam's just said, no pasa, it's not going to slide down. We're making it duro. Duro. Okay, making it really stiff and solid concrete, so it'll just stay where it's put. So the original rebar that they put in as they laid this slab right here, that's poking out the edges. So the entire staircase will be connected directly to the slab here. It's going to be very, very strong. So now the guys are just putting a middle beam in just to give that extra strength for the pieces of wood that are making up the stairs. I just saw Adam do what I frequently do when I go into MaxMat or any of the hardware stores around here and buy wood, looking down the length of the piece of wood just to make sure that it's straight and it's not bent or dried funny. That's going to be really, really important. They don't want to be hammering a middle support beam into place that's all wonky and bent. That would make the staircase kind of go like this. So just double checking that that's in place and that it's looking good. And that, of course, is being supported in itself. Once again, just making sure that pieces of wood that are forming the steps don't slide forward or push forward in any way. That's a lot of support going into place. No pusare. See. So more support's going in so that the middle of the step wood doesn't bow outwards. Something that's really interesting and I've been watching with awe and, well, pride, I suppose, is the way that the wood that's being used on site doesn't get chucked or burned or taken off site after it's been used. There are piles of these wood all over the build site that basically has been used once. The nails have been pushed back out of it and they're being reused and reused and reused over and over again. So there it is. I just heard Adam say cemento. Brilliant. All right, generator's just fired up. That means Roby's down there ready to make some concrete. Just talking to Adam there, and he drew a very crude sketch on the floor of how to maybe approach the problem of space with the staircase that's coming from the knock garage, the lower floor. He's saying maybe we could do 35-degree staircases and have it as a kind of curve. Just going to pop down and show you what we mean there. So the void for that staircase is coming here, and the space, obviously, if we were to bring a staircase down like this, it would be very, very steep. So Adam's idea is perhaps we bring a staircase that comes down like this and then goes out like that. What a really great way to enter what will be a really beautiful room. I see this is a pretty important mix. So Adam's just checking the consistency of the concrete there. What we don't want here is a concrete pour that's very runny or very liquid. That would mean basically that it would actually be falling out the bottom of the staircase. So there has to be some duro, there has to be some strength to the concrete. There we go. After I've seen it once, that's all it's going to take. You know, in the future, I'm going to be able to build my own staircase for sure. I've seen the process, I've seen how it goes. In hindsight, after watching the process, it's a really obvious way of making a staircase. Let's go watch it get poured. Good. Nice, I just got splashed with a whole bunch of cement. I'm trying to get a close shot. So that's a surprise actually. One pour, one of those big canisters, has pretty much just done 1.5 steps. 17 steps. We do have very high ceilings here. 17 steps. What's that going to be? It's going to be like 8 or 9 pours. That's a lot of concrete. There we go. We are, I don't know, quite a few steps in now. That's going very well, quickly too. Oh, look at that. The concrete's going into place. It's doing exactly what Adam said it was going to do, which is pretty much hold its form. I can see it is a slightly drier mix than we've poured on the slabs up and down below. But I'm amazed that if I was going to go and build something like that as a person that's never built a staircase before, I would have been wanting to put tops and sides and bottoms and everything so that the concrete just stayed in place. But it's doing exactly what Adam said it was going to do. The sun's just come out, fantastic timing. Now I can see a few of you more observant people looking at that staircase and thinking, hang on a minute, the top step is smaller than all of the rest of the steps going down, and you want every single step to be exactly the same height, otherwise you're going to trip over as you go down or up the stairs. So why is the top step lower? The answer is really simple. It's because this floor that's gone down right here isn't the finished height of this floor. So on top of that height, we're going to need to be putting maybe some insulation, maybe some underfloor heating. There's definitely going to be a self-leveling compound that goes down just to flatten this out. So the actual height of this entire floor that I'm standing on right now will be quite a lot higher. Oh, that's such lovely sunshine. Brilliant. It's been rainy for a few days now, so I'm pleased that it's sunny. So last job, just to go back down the staircase and smooth out the concrete on each step.
Stepping out of the shadow in my room, caught between cowboy clouds and misty moon. Silver dress, sparkle eyes, crystal blue.
Yeah.
I was lost to the menace of my mind, sucker punched by love most of my life. Told my myself I